The Pittsburgh Steelers just ripped the heart out of their secondary. And they might have even gotten better. In a move that's sending shockwaves through the league, they've sent five-time Pro Bowl safety Minkah Fitzpatrick to the Miami Dolphins for one of the most dominant defensive weapons in the entire NFL, Jalen Ramsey. Now, on the surface, this feels insane, right? Trading your all-pro quarterback of the defense safety for a slot corner. The Steelers already have a true lockdown corner in Joey Porter Jr., who shuts down the opponent's number one receiver. They have a top-tier veteran in Darius Slay locking down the other side. The problem was the middle of the field, the weak point that teams relentlessly attacked. So they made a franchise-altering choice. They gave up their safety net to go get a defensive queen for their chessboard. So was this the right move? And is Ramsey even an upgrade over Fitzpatrick? Let's find out. Let's not get it twisted. Losing Minkah Fitzpatrick hurts. This isn't just swapping out a jersey number. We're talking about removing a core piece of this team's identity for the last 5 seasons. Ever since he arrived from Miami back in 2019, Minkah has been everything you could possibly want in a player and a leader. We're talking about a 3-time first-team All-Pro, a 5-time Pro Bowler, and the guy who won the Bart Starr Award for his character. He was the quarterback of the defense, plain and simple. The one responsible for getting everybody aligned and making the clutch pre-snap reads that put the defense in a position to win. So why on earth would you trade a player like that? You do it because the plan isn't to trade an all-pro safety for a slot corner. The plan is to acquire a weapon so powerful, it doesn't just change your secondary, it changes your entire defensive philosophy. This is a guy who's been an elite player since the second he stepped into the NFL. He's a 3-time first-team All-Pro and a perennial Pro Bowler himself, and he brings a level of swagger the Steelers' secondary needs. His 2024 stats of 2 interceptions and 60 tackles might not blow you away, but his real impact is so much bigger than the box score. PFF still graded him as the 16th best corner in the league, showing he's still playing at an incredibly high level. But here's a wild stat. He led all cornerbacks in total pressures last season. Let's compare that to Minkah, who had his lowest PFF rating since 2021 at a 68.4, ranking him as the 52nd safety last year. He's had 1 pick in the past 2 years, and his grades in every category were substantially lower than Ramsey's. For the Steelers to go get him, especially in the same year they brought in Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf, sends a crystal clear message. They're not building for tomorrow. They're attacking right now. They are all in. And they've decided Jalen Ramsey is the guy who can put their defense over the top. In Miami, the reactions to losing Ramsey were swift. Hill, who joined the Dolphins back in 2022, posted the notable meme of Will Smith looking at the empty living room in the series finale of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Hill was seemingly noting how the locker room will look empty now without 2 of the team's star players.
Bruh.
Meanwhile, in Pittsburgh, the guys losing a teammate and a leader were also speaking out. Linebacker Patrick Queen, who only shared a locker room with Minkah for 1 season, and fellow safety Deshaun Elliott had a unique take on X, posting Happy 5 is a Steeler. Okay, so this is the heart of it. This is the why. What happens on the field is you go from a defense that reacts to a defense that attacks. And it all comes down to one word: versatility. Just look at where Ramsey lined up last year. It was a defensive coordinator's dream. He played 728 snaps on the outside, 185 in the slot, 80 in the box like a linebacker, and even 33 snaps on the D-line as a blitzer. He single-handedly fixes the biggest weakness on this defense, but the plan is so much bigger than that. The Steelers traded an all-pro safety for a slot corner who can also play all-pro level safety. Think about the ripple effect. In base defense, he plugs the nickel spot. On passing downs, he can slide deep and fill that center fielder role that Minkah vacated, giving the Steelers a completely different and unpredictable look post-snap. So the massive question becomes, who fills that full-time free safety role now? Will Juan Thornhill take over as the starting free safety? Will he split time with Ramsey in certain packages, or will Ramsey himself become the full-time starter? The Steelers already have monsters in TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith, but pass rush and coverage work together. The QB has to hold the ball for just an extra half second. And against this front, that half second is an eternity. It's the difference between an incompletion and a TJ Watt strip sack. The combination of this new look secondary and this pass rush could turn this entire defense into the absolute best in the NFL before a good coordinator could find ways to attack. Now, with Porter, Slay, and Ramsey, there's nowhere to hide. Okay, a blockbuster trade like this isn't just about the players, it's about the cash. Let's break down the money. Jalen Ramsey is owed a total of $26.6 million this year after getting a raise from the Steelers as part of the deal. To get this done, the Dolphins agreed to pay a huge portion of that bill. They had already paid him $4 million earlier this offseason, and they threw in another $3 million to facilitate the trade. So the Steelers are on the hook for the remaining $19.6 million of his salary this year. But here's where it gets interesting for the salary cap. When a player with a signing bonus is traded, their old team is responsible for the remaining bonus money, which is called a dead cap hit. In terms of net outgoing and incoming costs for 2025, Ramsey's new cap hit plus the Fitzpatrick dead cap hit of $6.855 million totals $14.355 million. That is significantly less than what Fitzpatrick was going to count by himself. His old 2025 cap hit was scheduled to be $23.355 million, making it the second highest cap hit on the team this year. So by swapping these defensive stars, the Steelers actually get $8 million in 2025 cap relief. This isn't just a move to save money, it's a reallocation for a massive upgrade at a position of need that also gives them incredible financial flexibility. And it begs the question, was freeing up this contract space in an effort to give TJ Watt the new contract he wants? It's the definition of an all in play. This is a monster trade, but it gets even deeper because we can't forget the other piece the Steelers got, tight end Jonnu Smith. This adds a whole other layer, reuniting him with offensive coordinator Arthur Smith. And people are already talking. His former teammate, Raheem Mostert, has already come out in support of Jonnu, criticizing the Dolphins for trading him away. It makes you wonder, was acquiring Jonnu the Steelers' sneaky way of replacing the production they lost after trading George Pickens earlier this offseason? So, who do you think won this trade?
We do not care.
Did the Steelers make the right call, sacrificing a traditional all-pro safety for a revolutionary defensive weapon and adding another key piece for the offense? Drop your unfiltered opinion in the comments below.